The Dodger bench was like a tomb. Everybody looked embarrassed. At first base, Jackie didn't make a peep, but he looked like a teapot just before it comes to a boil. Ralph Branca was the Dodgers' starting pitcher. He was a young guy, about 21. He threw hard. Branca got the Philly leadoff batter to slap a grounder to short. Pee Wee Reese scooped up the ball and threw it to Jackie at first base in time to get the out. But the batter didn't step on the right side of first base like you're supposed to. Instead, he aimed his foot for the left side, the side where Jackie's foot touched the bag. The hitter's spikes caught Jackie above the ankle. He crumpled to the ground like he'd been shot. I was sure Jackie was hurt bad and would have to leave the game, but he didn't lie there. He bounced up right away. He didn't want to give the Phillies satisfaction of knowing they hurt him. A blood stain spread slowly across Jackie's white sock. The Dodger trainer came out of the dugout, but Jackie waved him away. "What's the matter, Blackie?" yelled Ben Chapman from the Philly dugout. "Can't handle a little blood?" "It's red," Jackie yelled back, "just like yours." The game continued. Branca had good stuff, and the Phillies seemed powerless to hit him. The pitcher for the Phillies, Schoolboy Rowe, was just as sharp. A row of zeros crept across the scoreboard. As the innings went by, the insults coming from the Philly dugout got nastier. Chapman and his players were shouting awful things I had never heard before and can't bring myself to repeat. In the fifth inning, a few of the Phillies got up and out of their dugout, pointed their bats towards Jackie, and made machine gun noises. In the sixth inning, one of them tossed a live black cat out of the dugout and yelled, "Hey, Robinson, there's your cousin." The Dodger bench had been quiet the whole game, but after the cat was captured and removed from the field, Eddie Stanky stood up. "Listen, you yellow-bellied cowards," he shouted. "Why don't you work on somebody who can fight back? There isn't one of you that has the guts of a louse." It was the first time I'd heard any of the Dodgers stand up for Jackie. "Stanky's a lover," one of the Phillies shouted. After 7 innings, it was still a scoreless tie. Branca and Rowe were pitching beautifully. Jackie was set to lead off the 8th inning. As the insults rained down on him from the opposite dugout, I handed him his favorite bat in the on-deck circle. "How can you take it?" I asked. "Why don't you fight back?" "I fight back in my own way," he said. He took the bat and walked up to the plate. "Shine my shoes after the game, Sambo," one of the Phillies yelled. Schoolboy Rowe's first pitch was up and in, high, up and far in, and Jackie dove backward to avoid taking it on the skull. His bat went flying as he hit the dirt. "Ball 1," called the ump. Jackie got up off the ground. There was fire in his eyes. He looked ferocious. He wouldn't let anyone intimidate him. He was fearless. I retrieved his bat and handed it to him. "Charge the mound," I urged him. "Go get him." "No," he said firmly. "That's not how I operate." It wasn't the first time I'd seen someone throw at Jackie's head. Pitchers had been making him eat dirt on a daily basis. "I see you've got the guts to knock me down," Jackie yelled at Schoolboy Rowe. "Do you have the guts to throw the ball over the plate?" Jackie had told me that after throwing a beanball, 9 out of 10 pitchers will throw a curveball over the outside corner. Most hitters are so intimidated by the beanball that they're too afraid to lean over the plate and get the hittable pitch. Rowe's next pitch was a lazy curve over the outside corner. Jackie went out and got it, ripping a single up the middle that just about took Rowe's head off. As soon as Jackie reached first base, everybody in the Dodger dugout slid to the front edge of the bench. Whenever Jackie got on, you just know he was going to try something. As Gene Hermansky stepped into the batter's box, Jackie took a lead at first base, an impossibly long lead. Rowe threw over and Jackie dove to the bag just ahead of the tag. He sprang right up and took the same lead again, maybe even a step further. Rowe glared at him. Jackie glared right back. Rowe threw over to first again, and again Jackie dove back to the bag just ahead of the tag. "I'm stealing the next pitch," he shouted at Roe in that squeaky voice of his. "Do anything you want, you can't stop me." Roe did his best to concentrate on Hermansky, but he kept peeking at Jackie out of the corner of his eye. Jackie was dancing up and down the base paths, daring Roe to try and pick him off. He never stood still. He would dash up the line in a full run as if he were going to steal, but then he'd stop and go back to first base. Everybody was transfixed. Even the Phillies stopped heckling for the moment. "Too chicken to throw a pitch, schoolboy," one of the Dodgers hollered. Roe looked exasperated. Finally, he made a hurried pitch. Jackie took off to steal second. He took short strides and didn't seem to be running all that fast, but he got down to second base quickly. It didn't matter. Roe's pitch bounced in the dirt and skipped past the catcher. Jackie saw the wild pitch. Instead of sliding and settling for the easy stolen base, he rounded second and scampered halfway to third. The ball, however, bounced off the back wall and right back to the Philly catcher. He stood up and whipped it to third. Jackie knew he couldn't make it there. He stopped dead in his tracks. He had gone too far, and he knew it. He was hung up in a rundown. "We got you now, colored boy," the Philly pitcher, second baseman, and first baseman ran to the second base side. The catcher and shortstop ran to third base. The whole Phillies team was lined up with one goal in mind, to get Jackie. Even the outfielders ran in to help out. Everybody knows what the fielder is supposed to do in a rundown: chase the runner back to the base and tag him there, using the fewest number of throws as possible. The ball flies faster and the runner runs, so it should be a simple matter to tag him out. The Phillies chased Jackie back toward second, but as soon as they threw the ball there, he reversed direction and headed for third. They threw to third, and he reversed direction again. As the Phillies chased him, Jackie dashed back and forth as if he had an on and off switch to change directions. After 5 throws, the Phillies were bumping into each other. Finally, one of the Phillies dropped the ball. Jackie slid face first into third base, kicking up a cloud of dust. The Brooklyn fans went crazy. In the Philly dugout, Ben Chapman whacked a bat against the wall. Not only had Jackie humiliated his entire team, but now he represented the winning run at third with nobody out. The Phillies went back to their positions, their heads down. Schoolboy Roe was trying to keep calm, but you could tell he was fuming. He had pitched a great game, a shutout. Now he was in danger of becoming the losing pitcher. "I'm going to steal home now," Jackie taunted. "Don't think I won't try." He would have to, I had no doubt. But Hermansky lined the next pitch to left for a single. Jackie slid home just ahead of the tag. Dodgers won, Phillies 0. When the Dodgers took the field in the top of the 9th inning, the Philly bench started in on Jackie again. "Better not touch his towels, Pee-wee. You might catch a disease." That comment, Pee-wee Reese left his position at shortstop. Thought he was going to march right into the Philly dugout and start throwing punches around, but he didn't. He walked over to first base where Jackie was standing, casually as if he were hanging out with a buddy. He put his arm around Jackie's shoulder and chatted with him. A gasp escaped from the crowd. It seemed like a big deal to me, but everyone else in the bar... It didn't seem like a big deal to me, but everyone else in the ballpark was astonished. I guess they had never seen a white man treat a black man as a friend, as an equal. That's the way the game ended. Dodgers 1, Phillies 0.